some fun. A little...
There are plenty of supernatural and unexplained happenings in the GTA series that we've yet to cover, and though we never quite caught up with the elusive Bigfoot in San Andreas, the failure hasn't steered us away from taking a closer look at another bizarre phenomenon. This time, we've turned our attention to the game that made the franchise a household name, Grand Theft Auto 3. It's been said that if you can find a way to fly through the skies of Liberty City, you can reach an abandoned ghost town that lies beyond the mountains of Shoreside Vale. Fasten your safety belts because this flight could get a bit bumpy.
Okay, let's do this thing.
In order to reach the ghost town, you're going to need to first have access to Shoreside Vale, the third island you unlock in Liberty City. You'll either have to play through the game until you get access to it, load up a save file from that part of the game, or use cheats or glitches to gain early access. Once there, make your way to the airport where you can find the only flying vehicle in the game, the Dodo Plane. After you've boarded the wingless plane, take off towards the ocean and away from the city. When you're airborne, turn slightly to the right and hug the coastline for around a minute or so. Eventually, you'll see a glitched out part of the ocean on your right-hand side where the land mass seems to vanish. Make your way toward that odd spot, and the ghost town should appear before your very eyes. Trying to pilot the Dodo plane ranks up there as one of the most infuriating experiences we've endured. After several failed attempts, we finally managed to make our way into the skies and made way for the location on the map. We saw the odd spot to our right, and as we approached it, buildings appeared from thin air like a mirage in the desert. To our surprise though, while the town did indeed exist, we couldn't actually interact with most of it. The plane passed through the walls of the buildings in the street below with no resistance, and each attempt to land led us to a watery grave, or an endless fall where we eventually spawned in one of several locations on the map. During our attempts to reach the town, we also discovered an easier way to reach the destination than outlined by various guides and videos. First, activate the flying cars cheat, then make your way to the top of the dam in Shoreside Vale. Head all the way to the southwest end, then spawn a tank using a cheat code. Enter the tank, and then turn the cannon around so it's facing backwards. Accelerate across the dam while firing the cannon, and try to line yourself up so you take off just to the right of the observatory. After liftoff, steer directly for the mountainside, which is actually a facade that you'll pass through unscathed. And immediately on the other side is the ghost town. Not content with just finding this in GTA 3, we turned our attention to GTA Liberty City Stories to see if the locale was present there as well. We loaded up our PS2 copy of the game and made our way over to the spot on the map using a cheat code that allowed cars to drive on water. However, to our dismay, the ghost town was missing. We did stumble upon some odd sights that made us feel like we were caught up in a video game adaptation of Inception, but after we scoured the entire map for a few hours, we turned up nothing. Apparently, the ghost town was removed from Liberty City Stories. So what exactly is this ghost town? There's been speculation for years that the buildings were leftover assets from a possible fourth island that Rockstar never completed, but it wasn't until very recently that the developers shed some light on the subject. While celebrating the 10th anniversary of GTA 3, Rockstar answered many long-standing questions about the game, including the truth behind the ghost town. When asked about the subject, Rockstar had the following to say. We didn't take an island out of the game, there were only ever the three. We think what people refer to as Ghost Town is just the small area of a city we built for the bank heist scene at the very start of the game. It never had a name, but we wanted it to be something separate from the Liberty map, and so we built these few streets floating in space and assumed no one would ever find them. We noticed someone built a bridge mod so you can actually drive there now. Amazing. It wasn't that uncommon for developers to store assets from different locations of a game in close proximity to each other to work around memory limitations. The Ghost Town is just another example of why developers should never underestimate their fanbase. But then again, if they were more careful, we might not have as many cool myths like this one.